Everyone, it's Sarah and welcome to my crochet channel. Today's video I'm going to be showing you how to crochet the Aspen Earwarmer. It measures about 4 inches and then about 22 inches around, but you can adjust this pattern very easily for any size head needed, and I'll explain that to you when we get a little farther on in the video. Now you can make it two ways. You can make it just plain, or you can add this little cinching in the center for a more feminine touch. Either way is fine. Both will keep your ears super warm because you have this 4-inch thickness. And you can even add more rows if you want a taller ear warmer. So your ears are a little higher than somebody else's. Now you can find this free crochet pattern on my blog, and as always, you can find that link down in the notes underneath this video. To make one of our Aspen ear warmers, you're going to need some medium weight number 4 yarn. This one here is made with our Heat Wave by Red Heart. It is a medium number 4, and it's a heat generating yarn. But you can use any medium weight number 4 yarn, and I do recommend an acrylic or a wool or something warm like alpaca, because this needs to be a warm ear warmer to keep those ears warm, of course. This blue one is just made in our, I believe it's Vanna's Choice in a powder blue. Again, a medium weight number 4 acrylic or some other type yarn that is a warm yarn. I don't recommend cotton for this unless you live in a warmer climate. We're going to use our eye hook today, which is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. You'll need a needle for weaving in ends, and if you're going to do this little cinching, you'll need the needle for that as well. And of course, you'll need a pair of scissors. We're going to begin by stitching foundation double crochets, and you're going to need to stitch 59 foundation double crochets for the 22-inch ear warmer. Now remember, the ear warmer is very stretchy, and you don't want to make it too big or it won't stay put on your head. All right? Now, if you want to adjust this pattern, 3 foundation double crochets equal approximately 1 inch. And you can add or subtract in increments of 3 for your ear warmer. I'm going to be doing my ear warmer according to the pattern, so I'm going to stitch 59 foundation double crochets. We'll start with our slip knot, and we'll chain 4. Yarn over. We're going to go in that 4th chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, only go through that first loop. That's our chain we created. Now we're going to stitch our double crochet. So yarn over, go through the next 2, yarn over, and go through the next 2. Our chain 3 here will count as our first because we stitched in the 4th, and then we stitched 1 foundation double crochet. Yarn over, go in that chain that you made, and pull up a loop. Yarn over, go through just the first loop, yarn over, go through the next 2, yarn over, and go through the next 2. And we'll continue to stitch foundation double crochets until we have 59, or the amount you need for the size that you are making. So just to repeat, I'm going to stitch a total of 59 foundation double crochets, and again my chain 3 counts as my first, for the first row of my ear warmer. I have stitched my 59 foundation double crochets. Now we're going to join this into a circle, and we want to make sure that we don't twist it. So we're going to bring it together. We're going to join to the top of that chain 3 with a slip stitch, and now we're going to chain 3. Now you'll notice that there is an opening here. Sometimes I wait to close it, but for this particular headband, I'm going to go ahead and close that opening. So I'm going to thread the tail of my yarn onto my needle, and I'm going to go in that bottom stitch, and I'm just going to pull that together. And this is the inside, so I'm going to come into the inside and just go ahead and weave that in. That'll be all taken care of, and I won't have to worry about coming back and closing that up later. Just make sure that it's closed securely. Then we'll cut off our tail of yarn, and now we'll begin row 2. On row 2, we're going to be alternating double crochets and front post double crochets. Our chain 3 counts as our first, so we're going to go around the post of the next stitch. So yarn over, go around that post, yarn over, and now you'll have 3 loops. Yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, and go through the second 2. Next we're going to stitch a double crochet in the next stitch. Then we'll stitch front post double crochet in the next. And so we're alternating regular double crochets and front post double crochets. You're still stitching double crochets, you're just putting them in different places. And by alternating the front post and the regular double crochet, you get a nice stretchy band, along with using the foundation double crochet gives you a nice stretchy band so it'll stay in place on your head. And so I'm going to work all the way around my band, stitching front post double crochet and regular double crochet, alternating every other stitch. Double crochet, front post double crochet in the next, all the way around. I've completed row 2, stitching double crochets and front post double crochets, alternating every other one. Here's my last front post double crochet, so I'm going to join to the top of that chain 3 with a slip stitch, and I'm going to chain 3. Now what we're going to do for row 3 is repeat what we've done. We're going to have a double crochet, and here our chain 3 counts as our double crochet. Then we'll front post around that front post, double crochet in the double crochet, and front post in the front post. And again, we'll do this all the way around for row 3. Double crochet in the double crochet, and front post double crochet in the front post double crochet. See, we're making that nice thick band. We'll continue this all the way around and join back to that chain 3 that counted as our first double crochet. I have completed row 3, stitching again, alternating double crochets and front post double crochets. And what we're going to do for row 4 is just repeat row 3. Here's my last front post stitch, I'm going to join to the top of that chain 3 with a slip stitch and chain 3. The chain 3 counts as our first double crochet, and so I'll front post double crochet in the next front post double crochet, and then I'll double crochet in the next double crochet, front post, double crochet in the next, and repeat all the way around just like we did for row 3. So row 4, we're just repeating row 3. I completed that row, again stitching double crochets and front post double crochets, and you can see how that band looks. It's nice and stretchy. I went ahead and joined to my chain 3, and for row 5 we're only going to chain 2 because we're going to be stitching half double crochets, and we're going to be stitching those in the back loops only. So when you look at this row, you'll see that there are loops on this side and loops on this side. The loops that are facing you are the front loops. The loops that are facing on this side, facing away, are the back loops. And so we're going to stitch 1 half double crochet in each of the stitches, working in the back loops only. So yarn over, go in the back loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 3 of those loops. So we're stitching 1 half double crochet in each of the stitches around, stitching in the back loops only. And you'll notice that it leaves a line. And those are the loops we didn't stitch in. And that's exactly what it's supposed to look like. So we're going to stitch 1 half double crochet in each of the stitches around, working in the back loops only. And we'll do this all the way around and join back to our chain 2, because our chain 2 counts as our first half double crochet. I have completed row 5, stitching 1 half double crochet in each stitch all the way around, working in the back loops only. And you'll see there's a line all the way around, and that's exactly what it's supposed to do. All right, so here's my last half double crochet. I'm going to join to that chain 2 with a slip stitch and chain 2. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to repeat row 5 5 more times. All right, so we'll stitch a half double crochet in the back loop only, working all the way around. Then we'll join back to our chain 2 and repeat. And so we're going to repeat row 5 5 more times, and we'll have a total of 6 rows of half double crochets worked in the back loop only. So I've worked those 5 additional rows, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of 1 half double crochet working in the back loops only, all the way around and join to my chain 2. I've already cut my yarn, so I'm just going to go ahead and tie that off. I'm going to pull that loop to the back. There we go. And go ahead and weave this in. Now, if you want to make your earwarmer taller, you can add more rows if you want to. It's totally up to you and how you want it to fit. Some people like them a little taller, some people even like them a little bit thinner. And so you can do as many rows as needed for the one you're making. And so now the basic Aspen Earwarmer is ready to be worn. But I want to show you how you can cinch it in for a more feminine look. To cinch in the center there, you want to take your seam and either put it to the side or to the back, however you prefer to do that. And then get a piece of matching yarn, about 18 to 20 inches, and thread that onto your needle. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to only cinch the top portion. And so I go in one of these holes, and I begin by just stitching loops. And you'll notice I'm holding this string because I'm going to cinch that in. And you want to be careful how you do that. You want to make sure it's going to lay pretty and flat. And of course, the amount of pull you have on that is up to how much you want that to look cinched in. All right. And so then I'll do that a few more times because we want that to hold. There we go. And I usually do it 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 depending, you know, because I want it to look nice and neat. So we want to make sure we're very careful when we pull that we don't pull tighter or less. You know, you want it to just lay pretty. And I really like it cinched in. I think it gives it just a really fun and feminine look. And if you have some like that, just pull them, get them moving around to the back and straighten that out. Get a nice even pull on that. Okay, now we're going to do this until you're happy with how it's laying, how those cinch yarns are laying in the front. Then we'll take this, we'll wrap it this way and bring it to the back. All right, now I'm going to lay that down so that I can stitch over that. I'm just going to make a loop here. And when I do this, I'm going over some of the stitches in the back. Like that. And now I'm just going to make a couple of knots. And I know they always say in crochet you should never knot. But this is a little bit different. We don't want that to come undone. And so I'll do 2 like that. Let's see, where did I? Oh, there they are. My scissors. I want to cut this so it's not quite so long and hard to deal with. And then I'm going to tie that knot I always do, where I do kind of a loop over and pull them both through. Snug that down and go ahead and cut that. All right, then I'm going to look at the front and make sure that it all looks nice and pretty. And I like the way they're laying because you can still adjust it. Like this one over here, you can find which string belongs to that and adjust it so it's not draping out. And so whether you prefer just a plain straight ear warmer or one that has this nice cinched up section on it, they're both super warm and comfortable to wear. And you can make one to match every snow outfit. I think that's what I'm going to do.